Now let's build a small tabletop fountain out of cement. The first thing we're going to need to do is to design our fountain. I went with this fairly straightforward 4-tier design. With that done, it's off to the hard part. We're going to need to build a mold for it, and there's a number of different ways we could do that. But I decided to use this sheet of poster board I got. Plastic corrugated poster board, that is, not the paper stuff. Because this should be the easiest and by far the cheapest method. And so by cutting it out and hot gluing it together, we can begin to build our mold piece by piece. This was very difficult to do at times because we're essentially building the water fountain upside down and inside out, and so it can be very easy to get confused. And I'm trying to be super careful with the hot glue because if we get any of it on the inside of the mold, it will leave a dent in our cement. Here I have a little wooden block. And as you can see, there's a hole in the top of it. We only need one of these blocks, but we'll need 2 of these slightly longer blocks. And these don't have any holes in the top. Well, actually this one does, but you didn't see that. And these are going to form the water reservoirs of our fountain. But cement sticks to wood pretty well, and so I'm going to stretch some latex from a balloon over these so hopefully they won't get stuck. Now I'll put a little tape on the nose and the front for the same reason. Now I have this little 1/4-inch tube and we don't want that to get stuck either, and so I'm going to put a balloon over that as well. And this took some work and was not televised. After that, we can pop the tube into the hole in the smaller block, and then hot glue these blocks onto the platforms of the mold. And yes, that's the wrong block to have the tube in.
Shame.
Just ignore that for now. I'll notice it in a minute. I did get some glue on the inside while gluing on that last wall, but sadly, there wasn't any way around that. Lastly, I'm going to glue on this little fin. This will create a small channel for our power cord. So here is our newly finished mold all ready for the next step of the process. And with that, we're ready to mix our cement. I'm using cement all with a little black dye powder to make it gray. Once it's mixed well and there are no more lumps, we can pour it into our mold. I'm giving it a good shake to free any and all air bubbles trapped below. And we'll give that a few hours to set up.
Later.
I topped off the cement a little, and even though I only poured 4 minutes after the first layer, they dried at different speeds, which made the bottom crack. But that's not a big deal since it is at the bottom. So now let's open this mold up and see what we've got. Sadly, even though the balloons themselves didn't stick, the blocks aren't angled enough to be able to slide out, so we'll have to very carefully chip them apart. I broke off this whole corner while freeing the block.
Did I do that?
But no worries, I glued it back on.
It'll be fine. It'll be good.
I actually think the poster board mold worked out pretty well, but even so, I am never going to go about making a mold like that again. And so I did it again and built another mold for the base, a bowl of sorts that the fountain can sit inside of. And after mixing up some more cement, I poured that one as well. Just like before, after we give it a good shake and give it some time to set up, we can tear open the mold and see what we've got. I got a little too excited when cutting out the poster board and I accidentally scratched the cement. Oops-a-doodly. With both pieces done, this is our chance to sand them smooth and try to take out any small imperfections we can. Now technically, we're supposed to let the cement dry for several days. But after that, we can use some spray-on sealer to seal the cement. I think our fountain could use a little more personality. And so I got some fake plants at the craft store and I'm going to glue them on to try and give a forgotten fountain type vibe. And I think I like it. I'm going to take that same tube from earlier, pull off the balloon, slide it back into the hole, and glue it in place. Now here is the powerhouse of the whole fountain, the pump. So we can push the pump onto the hose and glue the power cord into its channel. I also got these rocks at the craft store and I think they'll go great in the fountain. I'm going to cut up this dollar store basket and create a drain cover for the pump, and then drop the rocks on top of that. This way we'll know nothing can get in the way of the pump getting water. And with that, we're finally done. I actually really like how it turned out. It's loud enough to where you can hear the water running if you're close enough, but it's not so loud that it's distracting. More of a quiet little peaceful oasis. But what did you guys think? I would honestly love to hear your thoughts about it in the comments below. But hey, thank you so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy this video, and if you did, feel free to hit the thumbs up and subscribe. But if you didn't, I hope your water fountain overflows and makes your socks wet. Thanks for watching, and please feel free to subscribe.